It's Ken Kreitzer for Sons of American Legion Radio at West Point. Have a chance to talk with the head coach of Army football, and that is Jeff Monken. And Coach said it was an incredible day on Saturday out at Michigan. Score at the end wasn't what you wanted, but your team played well. When you looked at the film, what were some of the things that you saw about the game?
Oh, there's a lot of things. The one thing being just the incredible effort that our guys put forth. They played really hard, and for a lot of the day played really well against a really terrific football team, very talented football team. And it's not easy to block those guys that are so talented and get off of blocks of guys that are that talented and cover them and all those things to just match up physically. I thought our guys just played really, really well and really hard, and we did. We matched up with the number 7 team in the country and took them to double overtime. So really proud of them. What's most remorseful are the missed opportunities. We had a lot of opportunities in that game that if we could just turn it around, not physical things that they did to us, just simple things that we can control, and those are the things that hurt the worst. And unfortunately, we didn't make those plays at that time, and they made the plays they needed to and didn't come out in our favor.
Coach, who did you award the Ranger jerseys to this week that they wore in practice?
I can't name off the top of my head. We had a few, not as many certainly as we probably would have had we won the game. But Cole Christensen's wearing one, Peyton Reeder's wearing one. Both those guys played really hard. Elijah Riley's wearing one. So there were some guys, and those are just ones that I can remember off the top of my head. But I know that's a source of pride for guys to wear the Ranger jersey. I can assure you they'd trade that Ranger jersey in for a win. But hopefully there'll be reason to give some more of those out as we go through the season.
Well, certainly the defense was so impressive in the first half, generating the 3 fumbles and holding off the Michigan offense, a big-time program. And we were talking about that big-time offensive line they had, so I think there were a lot of positives there.
The defense did a great job. Our front 7 especially, the linemen and the linebackers, to hold Michigan to 2.4 yards a carry is really impressive. That's a Michigan team that scored 40 the week before, and we held them to 14 in the regulation of the game. So just really, really proud of those guys and how hard they played. We came up with some big turnovers, and that was key to us being in the game and having a chance to win the game.
Absolutely. Now, looking at the notes about Texas San Antonio, they have a quarterback who can run the ball, throw the ball. Their coach comes out of a lot of experience at LSU, I believe, and in the Southeast Conference, and they've grown that program considerably, as you mentioned yesterday. What are some of the challenges by this Texas San Antonio team you're going to face?
They're super athletic, really fast, and you mentioned their quarterback, who's an outstanding player, was hurt last year and is back and looks really good. He's a threat both throwing it and running it. They do a lot of things to give defenses fits, and they're a well-coached team. Frank's done a great job there, and that program's been in existence less than 10 years. They've already been to a bowl game. They've got a BCS win or a Power 5 win. Really impressive for a young program like that. They're getting good players, and the state of Texas is full of really good high school football players, and they got a bunch of them on their team.
And Coach, just a final thought. Driving up here, I passed 2 9/11 ceremonies that were going on in the community, and here at West Point, so many graduates have served in the military since 9/11, 18 years ago. And is there a thought you have? Your team is always representing the Army. Is there a thought you have about 9/11 and the impact it had on this academy and its graduates and the Army that your team represents?
That day impacted our entire nation and the history of our nation, the future of our nation. Here, it's a constant reminder. That event, along with so many others, and our guys here and our young ladies who are students here, they are so proud to serve and to serve this country that we all love. And it's different to be around this generation. Some of our guys hadn't been born yet. Some of our guys were very, very young, infants, toddlers, so they didn't witness it live like we did. But I can assure you that it's very much a part of their preparation and their understanding of the war we continue to fight in different parts of the world, and a lot of what we're doing now as an Army at the root is of what happened on 9/11, and just my heart continues to go out and prayers continue to go out to those that were impacted directly, those that lost their lives, the families of those that lost their lives, those that were injured, those that continue to suffer. It's almost going on 20 years, almost 20 years since that happened, and there are still people suffering physically and mentally and emotionally from that, and my heart goes out to them. They're our fellow Americans, and this is, I hope this day will continue to be one that we remember and give support to those who are suffering and who lost loved ones. And I can assure you that the men and women here at this academy will continue to fight for the freedoms and continue to protect this nation, so something like that never again happens on American soil.
Absolutely, well said. Jeff Monken, the head coach of Army football. Always good to chat, and best wishes on your game Saturday in San Antonio from everybody at the American Legion.
Thanks, Ken.
Good to see you. This is Ken Kreitzer at the United States Military Academy.